Hey guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Canvas and Scal Help on Facebook. Okay, so I'm testing the foil quill on the ScanNCut. I know there's a ton of people out there saying it's going to void my warranty. Well, We Are Memory Keepers posted a nice little saying that if you use it according to what they say and recommend, and something like a lightning strike happens and your machine blows up or has a meltdown and you have used it according to their instructions, contact them, okay? Because We Are Memory Keepers is a huge company, and I am certain that they do not want anything happening to your machine. And if they designed a product that was going to go around ruining machines, they wouldn't release it, okay? What I have found for myself, and this kind of goes against like what they're saying, but I don't want a lot of heat building up in my carriage or around my mat, so I actually allow mine to heat up. We do have this little tab up here, of course, because the machine reads tabs. That's how it knows if it's a draw holder or a blade holder, okay? So that is how I will load mine. Don't come anywhere near that hot point, okay? So I take it after it's got good and warm in a safe place. So some place that's silicone based, not around animals, not around pets, humans, your kids, etc. Then I'll take it and I'll drop it in here. Then I will hit start, okay? I also have my mats protected, okay? I have a silicone sheet laying underneath this, okay? I do also have some magnet setting in here because I've been testing the use of magnets that I have here. And personally, I'm finding that using magnets doesn't hold this taut enough. Sure, yes, it worked. I mean, it worked just fine, but my own personal choice is to probably grab some cheap old painter's tape and throw it on there, okay? It's just easier, and for my own personal choice, like I said, personal choice, it's just going to make me feel better, okay? I'm not going to be worried about that pulling out if something happens with that magnet, okay? And like I said, I've ran quite a few sheets through here already, and yeah, the magnet works. It comes out just fine, but it still tends to kind of want to bunch quite a bit more than it does with it just being taped down. You don't need to use your expensive washi tape or anything like that. Go to the dollar store and grab the really awful blue painter's tape that does not work as painter's tape, but it works for our creative stuff, okay? So stock up on that. You can grab the skinny 1-inch rolls that nobody ever wants to buy because, face it, when we paint, we just slap it up there, so we want the good 2-inch thick stuff, but I digress. So I'm allowing this to roll through. I will come back and show you the little silicone sheets underneath. You'd be surprised what they are. Most of you may have them. If you don't, you can go buy the thin silicone sheets, because remember, the DX can handle 3 millimeters, but the CM machines can handle 2 millimeters. The little silicone sheets, what that does is that protects anything from heat. That's silicone's job. That's the properties that we use it for in cooking and things like that. You put your silicone glove on, you reach in your oven, and you pull it out. The silicone glove on the inside protects from the heat present on the outside. Same thing is going to happen with our mat. We put that silicone sheet down. Any heat that's coming from that little guy is going to be kept up here and not transfer through to your mat. If that's what Brother thinks is going to happen and why they say it's going to void the warranty, okay? Again, I do not load mine in. I don't leave it sit there. I don't put that metal thing in there so that, oh, if I forget, it's going to get sucked in and jumbled up. Nope. It's not going to melt my mat. I just load that in as it heats up, put it in, hit start, and away I go, okay? But that's not what the instructions say, okay? So make sure you understand, I am just showing you or telling you how I do it to protect my machine at a maximum level so that I can still use this, but I'm not putting my machine at any risk whatsoever. Okay, and when this finishes, I'll show you what it looks like and the the things that I use and do. Okay, it's done. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to pop this out. All right. Try not to jerk that cord around. Come in here and carefully lift that up. Place it to the side safely. So right now I have it sitting on my silicone mat here. Okay. I'm going to unplug it. What I do is I have a solar power bank that has 3 outlets here that I can charge stuff with. So I have that just sitting up there on Poobie's bed, and it's charging as it powers up my thing. Okay, so now let's take a look here. Okay, so there it is. It says my life should be illegal. Okay. So that kind of came out okay. I don't know if I really like the fill aspect of it. I figured I'd just try it out to see what it did. Here's my magnets, because I said I was working with the magnets. Alright, here's a silicone sheet. Look familiar? It should, to those of you that have the Brother Stamp Kit. This is the sheet of silicone that you can use to cut stamps. Well, I don't, because this stuff is just, well, if you get the stamp video, you've seen it. But I put this down. Okay? It is not hot whatsoever. Okay? Not at all. So, I figured it would be really good because I had a lot of work right here. This was a lot of work and a lot of focused heat right there on my mat that I didn't really want. So I put that on there just to be safe. And with feeling it, I don't think I really needed it. Feeling this, it's not really that hot. But you notice there is some pressure into it. Okay? But this isn't that thick. And you can actually find just regular silicone sheeting, really, really, really thin like this, on Amazon. You don't have to get the stamp kit in order to get these sheets, if you want them. But this is just another layer of protection if you are worried, okay, that you can get. Alright, so with this, now let me show you about this. What I do, like I said, is I plug it in and I let it heat up. I do not put it in the machine to do that. Once it is all heated up, then I will bring it over here, and probably doing this left-handed isn't going to work for me. And not plugged in either. So then I come in here, I drop it in, I fasten it, and I hit start. Okay, so I have already gotten all of my file up on this screen, gotten everything ready to go. So I've come in here, I've selected draw, and it's sitting right here. I load that in, fasten the bail, and I hit start. So nothing is left to get too hot or to melt or to put my machine in any danger. For those of you that are still worried about your warranty, okay? Alright. And like they say, I think most warranty are limited to a year, but there are certain parts of the Brother ScanNCut warranty that do go a full 2 years. Okay, so just understand that, and it is totally up to you. Yes, this, because it uses heat placed by that little golden piece, okay, I do have the other 2 attachments too, but because it uses that directly onto the foil, it is a much better foil emboss than anything I have seen. So I personally really like this, okay? You just want to make sure that your cord is kept up and out of the way. That's why I really like setting mine up where my big fat cat lays, because it's direct up and out of the way. It's not laying across where it could get sucked into the machine. It is always up and out of the way, okay? Just kind of things to think about if you get it, if you're using it, okay? Trying to think anything else. So as mine cools down a little bit more, If you don't want to use the silicone mat, if you're brave, or if you have a junk mat that you don't care what happens to it, you can put this down, and these magnets, okay, will go underneath, and then you put the other one right on top with the foil right in there, okay? Then you pull it down and you'll attach your other ones just like this. But because, you know, they're magnets, unless they're the, what are they called, the rare earth magnets, those things, oh my god, they'll literally dang near cut your finger off when you get them, you know, beside each other. But wow, these magnets, yeah, they work, but like I said, they're not as strong as the tape, so I still personally recommend the tape. You know, these, yes, they do work, but they're not as great. Okay, alright, so if you guys have any further questions, you can contact me or find me over at ScanNCut Canvas and Scal Help on Facebook. But for those of you that have waited, yes, I do like this. And yes, if you're worried, that was just some of the ways that if you want to try to lessen the dangers, those are a couple ways. Alright guys, thanks a lot. And before you run away, the foils that can be used, I have been told, now understand, it has been told to me that any heat, vinyl that is applied by heat can be, not vinyl, any foil that is applied by heat can be used. So the Stahl's HTV foil can be used, alright? So according to who I spoke with, yes, I will be testing this. So just stay tuned if you want, but from what I have been told, and normally I do not function off of hearsay, but if you want to try some of the things that you have at home, go for it. Anything that requires heat to be transferred should work. Alright, if that changes, I will definitely be the first to let you know, because normally, like I said, I do not function off of hearsay. That can get everybody in trouble. But because this is heat based, of course it has to transfer with heat, so that's why it makes sense to me. Alright guys, now we are done.